The other day, I posted a picture of me in a full squat, and I mentioned how that is a position that would be great for you to get in every day so that you can work on some ankle, hip, and rib mobility. But the question was asked, what if I can't get down there? What if as soon as I start to go down into a squat, I fall back? Well, here is an exercise that you can do that you can start working within these different ranges so that you feel more comfortable and confident with your squat. So the first thing that you're going to do is, if you want to work on the squat, like the strengthening aspect, you're going to do sit to stand on your chair, couch, whatever you have. But this is going to work more into that mobility aspect. So you need to have some sort of stool. If you have books or a yoga block or anything larger that you can kind of have up. Pillows, because we're not going to be putting a lot of weight on them, but something that you can stack up. And the key here is to get your legs out of this 90-degree position. Okay, so we're going to work into bringing our knees up higher so that that hip can move through like a 45 degree, right? So it's coming up higher rather than down low. So that's the first thing. And then I'll try to show you, it's kind of awkward to show you here, but we're just going to work on kind of leaning into this, and you can work on lifting up. So still working on those ankle mobility. It's not going to be quite the same because your weight is not on your ankles, but I can give you some different exercises that will help with that. The first thing we're going to do is just kind of lean forward, and you can shift your weight from side to side on the stool. You're going to feel some of this movement through the ankles, and you can do like a little heel lift and a heel lift to kind of move through that as well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start working into that pelvis. So remember, I mentioned hip mobility. So you're here, and we're going to just work on rounding that pelvis under, tucking that tailbone under, and then lifting it up. And this, you don't need a stool for this. This is a movement that you can do anywhere, sitting or standing. These are pelvic tilts. So that is another one that you can do just on your own. And then the third one, rib mobility. This is a great one to do with the stool, where you're going to then round your back, and you're going to try to breathe into this area of your back. And that is a great one to work on creating some expansion in here as well. I will also share a video with you a little later in the week on how else you can get the expansion in your back. If you're not sure exactly where to feel it, I have an exercise with a band that you can use. So just work on this. So you've got your rib mobility, you've got your ankle mobility, and you've got your pelvic mobility, and you're working on getting those knees up above 90 degrees so that you're getting a little bit more movement here. The other thing that you can do is, when we are placing our feet on the floor, you can work on bringing your feet a little bit further back and see about stretching. So I know you can't see my foot, but my foot is still flat on the floor, and I'm working on lengthening that back side of my leg, okay? If you notice your heel is rising up, you're going to need to push that foot a little bit further out, and then just slowly bring it in a little bit until that heel starts to rise up. So if the heel starts to rise up, just move it a little bit out and stretch. This is another way you can work on some of that forward ankle mobility. So hopefully that helps. Keep the questions coming. That's what I'm here for. I'm happy to answer them for you. And I hope this helps you get more into that position of bringing those legs up and getting those hips happy.